Time now for some headlines. Hey, really interesting. Betsy DeVos. So it came down to the vice president. So, Nolan, I'm going to start with you because one of your colleagues, Ingrid Jacques, had the first interview with Betsy DeVos after she was confirmed. What is the state of education under Betsy DeVos now in this country?
You know, everybody talked about entering these hearings, oh, she's going to destroy the public schools. I hope she destroys the education department. That is a $70 billion a year bureaucracy that doesn't move the needle on education. Most of what it does replicates what's being done at the state and local levels. If that money were taken and sent back to places like Michigan and Detroit, I believe the states and the local communities could do a better job of meeting the needs of students than this federal bureaucracy does. It's not, it's not that old of a bureaucracy.
Talk that way, it's as if they have no memory of what life was like for instance, disabled students before the federal government got involved in education. IDEA has changed fundamentally the way we deal with students who have disabilities. So you get rid of the Department of Education. Who enforces that? How do you make sure that kids are not locked in closets? The Justice Department was also backing off civil rights enforcement. I mean, these are absurd ideas. We do need a federal Department of Education to set standards. The amount of research that drives decisions at the state level that comes out of the Department of Education, all of that research is funded in that department, and it's what we know about how our schools are doing. You wouldn't have that if you didn't have the Department. That's not the point. What she needs to do is, I think she's got a lot to prove to people in public schools and public school advocates that she's not against her. Certainly her career here has suggested that she is, and she needs to show that, look, she really is about improving outcomes.
What do you think
and quality.
What do you think
we
she
tend
needs
to judge
prove?
these federal bureaucracies based on what we expect them to do or hope they do, rather than what they're actually doing. They haven't moved the needle. Spending $70 billion
on disabled students.
She's got to return more control back to the states. Let parents and these local school boards make decisions on behalf of their students, and
they make them
and refocus. The mission of education at the local level.
All right, we got 1 minute left for the state budget.
That's about.
Should I just ball it up and go? We don't even have time to talk about this.
All right. It's a lot like this.
You like to throw paper now. That's the third week in a row that you've thrown
But it's
paper.
the first time I actually did it on camera. One thing I have to applaud is the rainy day fund could go over $1 billion. It'll be interesting to see what rainy day we're going to have to pull that back out. More money for infrastructure.
Now.
You think it's raining
It's
now?
always
$49 million for Flint.
The liberals think it's always raining.
Well,
more money through
if you live in
K through
Flint,
12.
it's raining pretty hard.
And
if
Flint
you're driving
gets an
the
extra
roads,
$50 million.
More money for K
hard.
through 12, more money for higher ed too is one thing I saw as well. Anything that stood out to you?
I mean, I actually think this is a pretty decent budget.
You got 12 seconds.
Prioritizes some things that I think he will have a tough time selling in the legislature, though, and that's really the test.
All right, and we'll see how it all shakes out. It's always good to see you guys. All right, while President Trump's travel ban is in the courts, families are still in limbo. We wanted to keep you posted on the story of M. Bakur Mohi Eldin. He's a student at Eastern University with a green card. His mom is still in Iraq. She's been trying to come home. She lives in Detroit as well. She has a green card, and she is just weeks away from being sworn in as an American citizen. But since the executive order, she has not been able to get back to Michigan from visiting relatives in Iraq. We will keep watching their story for you. That's going to do it for my week. Let us know what you think. If you have any ideas for stories you'd like us to cover, find us. We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook at MiWeek. I'm Christy McDonald. For all of us at Detroit Public TV, we'll see you next time. Take care.